that is wonderful to. So you see that we are ready for so-called the celebration. We celebrate these events. They come and go. We do not change. We remain the same. And we never think about it. Why we never think about it? The mind is impulsive, habitual. Don't hide anything. It's okay, Sophia. So is, question is, are we ready to discover peace and happiness in our life? Are we focused? Are we committed? Are we ready to convert every situation, every relationship as an expression of peace and happiness? As an expression of peace and happiness. Say yes. And if you say yes, then start applying these principles in your daily life. It is always wonderful. If a couple joins, they can apply these principles to each other. And we have one couple here. So, how do we apply? We apply by thought, by speech, by action. We are not shy of becoming angry and agitated. We are not shy of being fighting, but we are shy of applying these principles. We are shy of applying these principles. I tell you what my master used to say. For example, you hate a person, you dislike a person, you do not think about hatred, do not speak hatred, and do not act hatred. What should I do then? Then force the mind to move with love and affection. Why? Why? Because the mind is overwhelmed with that sense of hatred in thought, speech, and action. But you are going in an opposite direction. Find out one good quality in a person, in a honey, praise and appreciate. Why? We crush our ego. And you will discover the ego starts trembling. It dies its own death. Then return home, you will find the mind is clear, the heart is light, intellect is beaming with the glow. No, but I hate that person, I dislike that person. How long you're going to dislike that person or hate that person? That person is enjoying his sweet dreams, and you keep your hatred in your mind. You keep your dislike in the mind. Anyhow, we don't have a luxury to hate Elon Musk. Anyhow, if I meet Elon Musk. So what happens? The best part is what happens that you have started teaching the mind, and teaching the mind means you are working on the mind. I have repeated hundreds of times that when we work on the mind, we are on a journey to the Eastern wisdom. When the mind works on you, you are on the spree of failure, frustration, anxiety, duality, conflict. I have to apply these principles. So go on applying these principles. The time will come when the people will ask from where you have learned. You are wonderful. Send them to our session. No, I'm joking. You need not to, but you will find the result. So don't shy. Why I'm saying so? Because Christmas is coming. It's all kind of celebration. John has already expressed his views. When the Christmas comes, his mind gets upset. Christmas is outside, celebration is outside. Because the celebration is outside, and I'm invoking a principle. We are seeking an objective solution to the subjective problem. I'm sad inside. Let us celebrate Christmas and be happy. Can I be happy? Think. We have to think. Objective problems, we have the objective solutions. You have a plastic card or thousands of dollars, you are walking in a mall with hundreds of stores, and the mind has a lot of desires. You can fulfill the desires. You have the resources. But nothing in the world can give me peace and happiness. I must keep in mind, I'm hungry, I can eat the food, from outside. Objective problem, objective solution. Think. I should always think. Honey, you don't love me, you are crazy. First thing that you are crazy. You are asking a wrong question. Love is inside you, it is subjective. Why you are looking for objective solution? Well, if the honey loves you, will you be in love? If your honey sticks like a glue to you, will you always be in love? We don't think. We do not contemplate and reflect. So when you contemplate and reflect down, then you are segregating. You're separating. Here is the subjective problem, and here are the objective problem. What are the objective problems? Hunger, thirst, resources to buy a home and car. That's okay. That's okay. Objective problem, objective solution. What is subjective problems? Fear, anxiety, duality, conflict, blame, complaint, hatred. They are living in my mind. Look at the wisdom of these masters. I'm not obsessed, but I'm possessed by those principles, and it gives a clarity, fear, frustration, duality, conflict, anxiety, hatred. They are all living in my mind. They are subjective to me. That's why I say I am jealous. You don't say I am money. See that objective. Do you see the difference? Objective problem. I am food. You don't say. See that? In a language, we understand. Language, the thought gives us the knowledge. So this master says, always remember, the moment we are suffering, we have a problem, we have a conflict and confusion, first start thinking, is it an objective problem? It is a subjective problem. Subjective problem, find a subjective solution. If it is an objective problem, find an objective problem. I need a food when I'm hungry. It is an objective, purely an objective issue. I can tell you, The moment you start thinking, 90% of your anxiety, fear, and the frustration will disappear just by thinking. Oh, my honey doesn't love me. Keep on thinking. Or he or she met somebody else. So now, how the mind plays with you? My honey meet with that, he or she, and so. But I don't like that. So now you see that the mind cooks a story that you already know. So I need not to talk about it. And then it cooks a story, and then it lives with the story, it dreams with the story. Then you increase your hatred, you increase your frustration, you increase your failure. You are suffering on your own. One principle, apply the principle. Objective problem, objective solution, subjective problem, subjective solution. When you start searching an objective solution of the subjective problem, the teachers in my profession will tell you, here is a magic I will do. I will change the mind of your honey. Don't worry. I am praying. Why don't you pray for yourself? Everything will be all right. Nothing will be all right. I tell you. Now, I'm not talking about those trades and profession, the psychics and etc. etc. Eastern wisdom never believes that. Says no, don't go there. You have a subjective problem, find the solution inside you. They are living in your mind, change the mind. At least we should start thinking. It has been almost a couple of months and years. You start thinking and apply these principles in your daily life. Don't shy. Don't make it at 1 hour session a week. Rest 23 hours. The mind remains the same. Then how can we bring about a change in our life? Eastern wisdom changes the entire life. So the more you start thinking, means contemplating and reflecting, then our mind starts clarity. Then the same mind which becomes pure and raises a question to yourself. Okay, then who am I? Why? Because now you are not hatred, now you are not fear, now you are not frustration. So who am I? And there starts the real journey of the self-discovery. Unless it should come from within you. Who am I? I think you're picking up. Unless it comes from within you, who am I? What is this world outside? And what is the existence? Eastern wisdom answers only 3 questions. Who am I? What is the world outside? What is the existence? So once I know clearly the answers of these questions, then it is natural. I know how to think, speak, and act in my daily life. I understand. Say yes. We don't apply these. Now the time has come to apply these principles from the new year. Apply these principles and uh, share your experiences that you have applied, and this is the result. Yeah, you can apply in profession, you can apply in relationship, you can apply anywhere. So our masters then says, okay, objective problem, objective solution. Three types. We may have millions of desires. We may have, you can say, the millions of objective problems. So it has three categories. They are known as the three goals in life. You see, look at this. How the masters bring us back to ourselves. And we have millions of desires. You can categorize them into three categories. First is that I'm a doer. Doer means I make an effort, I do some action. Doer means that I'm a teacher, I'm a mentor, I'm a guide, and you are a businessman or you are a homemaker, whatever it is. So first is, it is known as artha. We make an effort, we get a reward, that is our. So our second goal in life, that the mind runs after the pleasures of all kind. No problem at all. But problems comes when they are unlimited pleasure. When the mind runs after unlimited pleasure and unlimited effort. Where is unlimited effort? Where is unlimited pleasure? Unlimited effort. I'm busy all the time. I'm airfully busy. That's why I'm awful. And that takes a toll on your body and on the mind. I don't think about it. So second is not unlimited pleasure. Starting from the unlimited sweet, it takes its own toll, etc., etc. Anything unlimited, any pleasure, if it is unlimited, it is going to cause some problem. So in order to have these two goals, we must have a check. So in the modern world, it is in the beginning, in the very beginning, not in the modern world, in the very beginning, the idea of religion came. The religion says every religion has do's and don'ts. Every religion, simply simplify it. One God, second factor do's, third factor don'ts. Don't go to any religious place. Find out what I do should be in the field of limitedness. What I should not do, I should recognize what I am doing unlimited. The guy here who has been my private student, so I have a lot of students. And no, I don't pay anything to the IRS. So IRS has restricted him to buy any house. No, but then he told me that I have 5 houses. I said, okay. In other names. Such a simple thing to do and don't do. Life becomes easy. I have good students here. They teach me good things. Oh, you have only one house. I said, even this house is not mine. Anne has seen that house. So you see that I instantly remember that with these two goals, they should be checked. Look at this. Sam Free did not check. What is happening to Sam Free? He's bailed out with $250 million. Simple thing, very simple. So we have a clarity of understanding. But when I have unlimited desires, I have to become a Sam Free. I have to become this person. I'm not naming. What I have to, I guide him, I tell him, I teach him. But if he doesn't listen to, what should I do? At least he's a good guy. He's making my both ends meet. But I tell him the truth. No, no, that is the way the. Okay, that is. So these three are the goals in life. And the fourth goal, if you have all the three goals, are you are living with these three goals, it means the life is highly organized. You have rest, you have calmness in your life, you have a good relationship with everyone, whether one is good or bad, it doesn't make any difference. You have enough time for the final goal of life, that is the journey of the self discovery. You find the time to meditate every day. You find the time to listen to the talk so that you have enough time to contemplate and reflect. Otherwise, you will remain fully busy. You remain full. Yeah, normally say, I don't have time. Sophie's friend told me that she doesn't have a time. That's why she is not attending. Very good. Very busy. I believe you are getting into very clear. When the head is very clear, with clarity of understanding is there, here is an amount of effort I'm putting. Here is a limited pleasure that whatever food I like, I should eat. Whatever the clothes that I can afford, I should have it. Yeah, it's okay. It's a part of the life. So everything is balanced. Outer life is balanced. In relationship to the world, you will be surprised that you have enough time to pursue the final goal of life, that is self discovery. I want to add one more point that once the outer life is organized, when the outer life is organized, you don't have any complaint from the outer life. You are constantly doing your effort, you are constantly fulfilling your obligation, you are doing your do's and don'ts, you remit, not like the my one of my student who says I have 5 houses, but IRS told me that you cannot buy any house. The moment he goes to buy the house, the realtor says no, you cannot. Because you have to give your social security. That's the system. And the worst part that he laughs by speaking about this. What kind? I have all the resources to buy, but I cannot buy in my name. Look at this. Third goal in life. We never do it. We never break. I'm learning from you guys, I understand, no. And then I say, here is the principle that we can apply. Then you will be surprised that you have enough time to think and contemplate about who am I, what is this real self, how to get rid of the false self to allow the real self to reveal in this. I can tell you, it's easy thing to do. So what I wanted to tell you that once your outer life is organized, Our master says, now you are a seeker. You start sitting in meditation every day at a particular time. You start listening to the talk every day. In the beginning, maybe your members of the family will say, what a crazy boy and a girl, what they are doing. But after a few days, you are already settled. They see you that you have a calmness and a peace. They won't disturb you. They will remind you that "Hey, now is the time for you to meditate. See that. That is what my master told me, and I started fasting. Everyone in the home, laughing. Look at this guy and wasting the time. Long back in my early days, young days, when I was 25, 26. I never left the practice, even on a single day. So then my honey reminded me, now it's your time to go back. You're watching TV. Oh, yes, you are right. Thank you very much. So that conflict resolved by itself. You become a seeker, and the seeker always succeeds. So don't worry. In the beginning, the people will make fun of you because you don't follow them up. You don't follow them up. But when they see the changes in you, so in the next year, we have to resolve that yes, you have to learn. You have to become your own teacher. You have to start expressing these principles in your daily life. Otherwise, what you will say, oh, I heard him for 2 years, nothing happens. So that is not going to affect me, but that is going to affect you. Are you understanding that point? I'm making it very clear. that is going to affect you. You say, okay, everything is okay. So anytime the meditation practice will come, oh, it's enough, I have done enough. Nothing happens. We lived our life, now it's the time to change, to bring the beauty of the life from inside to outside. The subjective reality should manifest. Close your eyes and let us start our journey. Eyes are closed and so adopt a right position, whatever is comfortable to you. And you see that you start with being comfortable. What a great journey. Why don't your mind appreciates? No, I believe that it appreciates. But we start our journey with being comfortable. We talk only of peace and happiness. We talk of ending the suffering, being comfortable, looking at the neck joint. Go a little deeper. So you look at the neck joint. It's a conscious understanding. And then you feel the sensation, comfort, and steadiness. And after that, explore what is after that. It's simply a space, emptiness or blankness. So what happened? You had a lot of the thoughts plus emptiness. Never try to fight with any thought. Do not try to control your mind. Do not try to suppress. What I said? What I said, just pay. Look at I'm bringing I'm bringing being comfortable and carefree together. Let us go a little deeper in a higher journey. So, what I said, look at the shoulder joints, physical sensation, comfort we experience in the mind, steadiness is deeper. After that, there is a space, and also there is a thought. Previously, there were only thoughts. So mind says my mind is wandering, my mind is crazy, my mind is lazy, etc., etc. But now what you have two things. Space is also there, and the thought is also there. What should I do? Choose the space. Any thought comes, look at the space. Good thought, bad thought, high thought, low thought. No worries at all. Five cars are standing outside. You pick up your car. So you pick up the space. You will discover this mind slips to the space easily. Then the mind stops chasing the thoughts unnecessarily. And in that state, you discover the emptiness even in the presence of millions of the thoughts. Millions of the thoughts are outside on the highway. They are not in your house. So you are aware of your house. That's why you feel that, I feel the calmness in my house. I believe you are getting it. I'm introducing a little subtler principle. Look at the hip joint. Again, you follow the same process. Okay, then I feel the sensation. I experience the comfort in the mind. Yes, there is a steadiness. Then there is a space. Thoughts are unwelcome, uninvited. Thoughts are there, let it be there. You need not to fight, you need not to struggle with that. Understand that clearly. First, knowledge means understanding and then practice. So, what is the practice? Thought comes and you look into the space. Another thought comes, you look into this. Good thought comes, you space. Bad thought comes, space. Sometime we are sitting on a couch and we invite our friend, no, you let me find a space for you. Come on and sit here. That is what you're doing to the mind. Oh, here is the space. So let me follow this space instead of the thought. So once we live into that awareness where we can discern the space and the thought in our head, then we can replace. The thoughts comes down only by replacing them. Sarve bhavantu sukhina. Let us dissolve the duality. How to dissolve the duality? Let my mind think and speak mentally with emotion. Let everyone be happy, including with whom I have enmity, reaction, blame. Why? Because I want to change my mind. Sarve bhavantu sukhina. You say in your mind, let everyone be happy. And again, go into the space. Sarve santu niramaya. Let everyone be healthy. Let everyone be healthy. I believe you are understanding. We are replacing the thought instead of fighting, suppressing, controlling, running after, chasing. No more chasing. And you will discover the mind calms down. Sarve bhadrani pashyantu. Sarve bhadrani pashyantu. What it means? Let everyone be blessed. Blessing and the grace should fall upon everyone without any discrimination. You are thinking in that way. That is what we discussed today. So when you think, what the time will come and the thought will be supported by pure emotion without any distinction, then what happens? The our mind changes. Ma kaschid dukha bhag bhave. Ma kaschid dukha bhag bhave. Let everyone be free from all kinds of suffering. You are thinking, so it means your mind is thinking. By constant repetition of the practices, the time comes when the mind becomes purely subjective, and the wisdom reveals in the mind. When I am saying that there will be no suffering for anyone, that includes me also, and the mind changes. That is the power of the mantra. So now you see that we have reached to that state, and now we can, I have been saying, we can purify the mind. How to purify the mind? Looking deep inside, looking inside the head in the space. Okay, then start breathing quick and fast from the chest. Chest breathing. And keep looking into the space. Keep on. And do nothing. So So you might be feeling some sensation, tingling or numbness, cold or hot, or a kind of blankness. We will discuss in detail that how the breathing helps us to purify the mind. And once the mind is purified, we have unusual experiences. Okay? But now we move the mind deeper. And I made it very clear. Look at the head and the neck. Look at the head and the neck. Then sensation, relaxation, and stillness. And then become aware of the space. Become aware of the space. Plus, if any thought is there, no issue at all. But I'm following the space. Look at the right arm. Be there. Sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Look inside the head, again the space and the thought. If thought is there, let it be. Space means you are standing across a road watching the traffic. Look at the left arm, be there. Sensation, relaxation, and stillness, and the space. A very impulsive, habitual mind wants to take us to the journey of all the crazy stuff of thoughts and feeling coming from the past. At least we can take a conscious decision that instead of thought, we are already aware of the thought. Let us be aware of the space also. Chest in the belly, the middle portion of the body, sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Again, go into the head, inside the head, in the space. So at least the mind is reminded again and again, in spite of all the thoughts, there is a space too. In spite of the traffic jam, the traffic also ease out. We know it physically. Here, it's emotionally and mentally. Look at the right leg. Be there. Sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Left leg. Sensation, relaxation, and stillness. The entire body. Sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Done. Very good. So now we move to the next step. Because we have moved the mind within, we experience the mind is living within. Again, we engage the mind with the breath. The breath goes in and comes out. It's a passive awareness. I'm just looking at the breath. The breath goes in and comes out. I know it. So when the breath goes in, just drop as a tickle. Shantoham means I'm the peace. When the breath comes out, watch the space where from the breath goes out. Again it goes in, Shantoham. While it goes out, you say, you just be aware of the space, that is all. And do nothing, remain as you are. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your mind on the right hand. Become aware of the right hand. Mind goes to the left hand. Awareness there. Lift your both the palms. Place it on your eyes. Open the eyes inside the palms. Know your experiences. Bring the hands down. We'll share our experiences. Why we share? So that we benefit by understanding and others also benefit. And bring the hands down. How are you, Sophie?
I am very, very good, Girish. Um, there was a point where I didn't hear your instructions,
Good.
um, but I don't think I was asleep. Um, there's a moment often when my body, kind of it's as if you have a rope that is very
Yeah,
tight, and then you release it and it goes like that, and it's completely uncontrollable. Um, I had thoughts coming, but they didn't disturb me.
that's a beautiful. That's a beautiful. That was my goal in today's meditation. Or it's whatever the experience you are narrating, it's a kind of self-absorption where we become
Mm.
oblivious of the body. And that is definitely a good thing, a very good practice. You have to apply every day. How are you, Meet?
I feel very peaceful. And
Very,
I feel what Sophie was talking about, sort of that dropping in and just allowing the mind to pass by
yeah,
with its thoughts.
yeah, it's a kind of self absorption. We will talk about this self absorption when the mind goes inside, drops in the world, almost dissolves. It appears, we are aware of the world, but it appears as if no worries. It's a beautiful experience. So, how are you, John?
Hey, Girish. I I found it difficult when you said, don't do anything, just stay as you are. And then I start getting a million different thoughts at that point.
You should have looked at the space also. Space was also there. Yes. So, you see that it's nothing but I am aware or there is a lack of awareness. Why there is a lack of awareness? Because mind is carried away by the millions of thoughts. It does not mean the space is not there. Let me give you another perspective. You say millions of thoughts. It means there is always a space between two thoughts. You cannot think that there is only one, otherwise you will say there is only one thought. So that is what when this is what that is what I explained. The mind gets carried away by the thought, and there is a sense of forgetfulness. So when you break that forgetfulness, there is always a space. And when there is always a space, then let these thoughts comes and go. Who cares? It's okay. It's a part of the journey. Beautiful. How are you, Anne? No, you have to unmute first. I know your lips are moving, but
Okay. Yeah.
yeah,
I became very quiet. I had no thought.
very
And
good.
last 2 minutes, I fell asleep all of a sudden.
Yeah. By practice, the sleep will also dissolve. And we are able to maintain that awareness. So, my friends, it's a time to start working from. Yes. I'll take one question.
So when you say look at the arm, does it mean that we look at what at the skin, At the bone?
Bone, bone is imagination. And aware of the sensation, you are looking at the body. Means you are aware of the arm. Because
Right.
it means
Okay.
you feel the arm. But when you want to look at the bone, then you have to imagine. So, just in the field of aware. Am I aware of you? Yes. No, let me see your bone. That should not work. It is a conjecture. It is an imagination. It's a casual. So that is very good. That is all for today. Thank you very much. We will meet again next week after the Christmas. Thank you. Thank you.